Andy, my man, we're back.
What's up, Si?
You know what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, could you fill me in on what's going on?
The footy's on, mate. Oh, love it, love it. So yes, we have a big round of fixtures coming up. Can Arne Slot save his bacon? Top of the table clash. I wouldn't have believed it if you told me, but it's Chelsea against Arsenal. Good round of fixtures, yeah.
It is good, yeah. I can't believe we're watching Chelsea and Arsenal and it's first versus second, or second versus first. That sticks in my craw, to be honest with you. But apart from that, there's some very interesting fixtures coming up, and I think there's some potential upsets. So I'm looking forward to looking at them.
Agreed. And, they're billing it as the battle of the best. Caicedo, the absolute monster against Declan Rice, Rice, baby. All of the London derby and malarkey. Even like Mikhailo Mudryk is failed a drugs test and he's trying to get back on the pitch or something like that. There's always shenanigans going on at Burley Economic Club.
Yeah, it's going to be... Well, I know with the Chelsea-Arsenal one, it's going to be London is red, London is blue. One of those sort of things, which I have to say... Just as a total aside, that actually is starting to really annoy me now. Even if it's a Merseyside derby or a Manchester derby, I don't know what it is. And it's always red and blue as well. It's not like Peckham is green.
Green and pink.
Like north of England is blue and white. But that whole thing, so I don't know what way it's going to go, but I think I would personally, as a Liverpool fan, and as you are also a Liverpool fan, would love to see Arsenal get trounced, even though, I mean, it's almost irrelevant to us at this stage, but still.
Same, no, absolutely. I completely agree with that sentiment, especially, right? It makes it more exciting. There's this narrative that they've got the quadruple on, they've got the quadruple every squad, and we know how that talk usually goes as well. But also, Chelsea have actually won things in the last few seasons, whereas Arsenal, they've got that maiden FA Cup that held kind of Arteta in high esteem, but he's won nothing since.
Yeah, that's it. And so Arsenal have only won that trophy in the last, I don't know how many years. And Chelsea equally annoyingly, I remember, was a Colwill or someone like that once they won that money cup, whatever the
Club World Cup championship.
Yeah. That turned into some sort of whatever jackpot cash prize, and when they were parading this trophy around that had Gianni Infantino's signature on it, it appears on the cup 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. It's 2 or 3. Like what's his signature doing on it at all? Let alone 3 times. But anyway. And Chelsea were going around saying, I think it's bigger than Champions League, to be honest. And I think one day everyone's going to want it. I was like, just shut up. so they equally annoy me. You know what I mean? It's not bigger than it. Anyway, so...
my days. And the way they've done it as well, the way they've done it, just hoarding like under 23 players, selling hotels to themselves. And I think both clubs here have, a little stick between the buns, as they say, because like with Arsenal as well, with their signing spree, lest you forget, right, their net spend is absolutely enormous in terms of players, and their fan base even rejected, like they say no to Noni Madueke. What is up with that?
Yeah, that is odd. It'll be interesting. It'll be. I'm just kind of. I'm hoping. Well, look, I know that I'm trying to be impartial because this is a general football channel and not just a Liverpool channel, because we're both Liverpool fans, obviously. But on a totally subjective, objective, whatever active, I hope they absolutely plummet and have the worst run of form in the club's history, if I can say. So hopefully that starts this weekend.
Absolutely. And on that note as well, right? Manchester City in mid-week, Pep Guardiola overtinkers 10 changes, loses to Bayer Leverkusen, right? Even though they're a decent team, he made 10 changes. People are like, oh my God, Marmoush and Savinho and all these players, big names, big money signings, right? And they lost. If he loses this weekend to Leeds, in all honesty, they should probably trounce Leeds at home. But then, fingers have to be pointing because people thought Manchester City were a legitimate threat. They're Haaland, one and done, and that's about it.
That's kind of it. It's they're a very good team, but if you take Haaland out of that team, I don't know if you'd necessarily fear them the way you would fear them 5 years ago with De Bruyne or with Silva or with a few David Silva, that is, not Bernardo, that worm. But I mean Haaland, and you know what? I have to admit, I actually really like Haaland, and I really wish I didn't. You know what I mean? Because he obviously plays for the old enemy. But
Yes.
I have to admit, I love him, and I think he's brilliant. And it's just a shame that he plays for one of my club's rivals. But I think even with just him, and like obviously it's not just him. They have good players, but he's the only world class player that I could see in the team.
You can
And I think
appreciate, you
at
can really
home,
appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
respect is
at
there.
home against Leeds, like it should be a 3-0, 4-1 sort of thing. That's what I'd say.
I hear you, but is it just me? Is it just me, or is the kind of prestige of like the world class superstars, the actual players who are really world class, can get into any team? It's kind of declining because you think of the classic Man Cities, right? You had Yaya
Yeah,
Toure, Sergio Kun Aguero, you had David Silva, right? All of
yeah,
these players, Kevin De Bruyne, who legitimately probably best in class and could get into any squad. But now
yeah,
you ring the names around all of the clubs, right? Who could you really put? I mean, even Harry Kane's gone to Bayern Munich, right? Is the
yeah.
Premier League, is the standard, is the name kind of value dropping ever so slightly?
I think so. I think so a little bit because I mean, in reality, I mean, I'm sure the money is still up, and you still get probably the best wages there. Or I mean, would you even? You still get them in the big league, but I just think personally, I just think the quality of football has dropped significantly. And I know it's a bit more of a set piecey sort of direction that is going, and it's almost like a throwback to the 80s, the way the league seems to be going. But whereas previously I would have, like, I'd watch some La Liga and some Bundesliga and things like that, and it'd be generally an okay standard. But whenever I watch it now, I'm always like, oh, what a match, like, and there's like end to end, like, Luis Diaz is tearing it up there, Harry Kane's tearing it up there, and also I'm noticing more and more players just playing in, not automatically going to the Premier League. Like,
Yeah.
Ireland living legend Troy Parrott, of course,
Oh, yes.
plays for like AZ Alkmaar or something like that in the Dutch league, and he's tearing it up and he's loving life. And Evan Ferguson is in Serie A, and you know what I mean. Whereas previously it was very rare that a player from Ireland, England, UK, anything like that would go anywhere past the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now it's a lot more of an interesting destination.
It's true. Jadon Sancho absolutely lit it up over at Dortmund, struggled to recapture his form, a bit of a bad boy rep, right? And then you have like Gareth Bale.
Can I just the thing that whenever I see Jadon Sancho, I just keep thinking about that comment that he left for himself where he forgot to switch to his anonymous account, and he commented on his own post as Jadon Sancho. It's like, don't listen to the haters, Sanchi. You're the best player in the world. And it was like,
Get him, Sancho.
Bro forgot to switch accounts.
I love it. I think Ekitike's got like a dummy or alt account on Instagram as well, because some of the stuff that he rips off on that alt account, right? He's just literally taking the piss even out of his own team.
yeah. So I love when players do that. But anyway.
Indeed. Out of context as well. Like in Bayern Munich, you mentioned Bayern Munich as well, right? Joshua Kimmich, after they just got spanked by Arsenal, by the way, he was like, when Bayern Munich play Barcelona, it's a proper game of football, a beautiful game of football. But when we play Arsenal, it's not real football. It's like game management, stop and start set pieces, after they scored the opener with a set piece, I believe, Bayern Munich themselves.
Yeah. And I wasn't watching when I was watching Champions League during the week. I didn't have the Arsenal match on, but I just looked and saw like Arsenal's goals, like set piece by any chance. Like, shocker. But I mean, that's what's working, and that's what's doing Liverpool in all the time is these set pieces. So there's something to it. It's just not the most exciting football.
The magic sauce. They've discovered the way is the dark arts, the dirty physicality. They don't have to have like the most established stars, but they've got like tanks. They've got like Declan Rice. They've got Goykeresh. They've got these big
shithouse players.
Yeah, exactly. Shithouse, dark arts, throw in merchants, but they are well trained and well honed. But speaking of the shithouse players, I'm going to put you on the spot right here and right now, because this is what we do. 11 versus 11. Let's talk about it, right? Let's go with skillful midgets. Skillful midgets, a bit fettle. They could be diving, whoever you want to name, versus actual, like, proper tough and hard nuts. What do you want to take? Do you want to take the skillful little midgets, or do you want to take the hard blockers?
I will take the skillful midgets, please. Sorry.
Okay, fair dues, fair dues. As my honoured guest, who would you chuck in goal? Is it going to be, let me reel some names. Maybe David De Gea, he's a bit fettle.
I was thinking David De Gea. Now, keepers generally are not small, but
Yeah.
I was either going to go with De Gea or Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Oh, yes, same type.
He has, or actually Jordan Pickford, maybe.
Oh,
Someone with
T-Rex,
real, someone with real little brother energy.
the small hand.
Is my, exactly. So I kind of think, let's go with Pickford. Actually, I'll go with Pickford in goal.
Fair dues. Now, I think in terms of physicality, you've got a lot of brutish goalkeepers. I'm thinking back in the day, crazy Jens Lehmann, right? He is a absolute unit. Handanovic is pretty good, but I think Neuer, physically imposing, right? Doesn't give a crap about anyone. He'll flying knee you in the face. So I'm taking Manuel Neuer in the back, nice and secure.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go up against him. These German keepers like Kahn back in the day.
Oliver Kahn.
Yeah, he genuinely terrifies me. So so you're off to a good start.
What about right back? What are you doing at right back?
I think Hector Bellerin at right back. And
boy,
only because like he's good, obviously, and he's not necessarily slight, but I kind of get the impression that he's a bit of a soft player.
He looks like an aristocrat.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like he looks cool, like he's very fashionable. Yeah. But it's the antithesis of the hard man angle. So I'd probably go with Hector Bellerin right back.
Fair it is. I like it. I'm going with the original hard man in the dressing room. Even JT said he was a hard. Oh, well, there's another name that I could reel off. But Branislav Ivanovic is my right back. Absolute unit.
Yeah, definitely.
There's my right back right there. But yeah, that's a good comparison. Bellerin and Ivanovic, definitely different styles. What about left back? Who are you going with at left back?
Left back. I think I might go with left back. Clichy?
Gael Clichy. Okay, yeah.
A little bit like
that's that kind of profile, isn't it? Skinny, fast.
Yeah, I'm on the spot, and I know when we get off air, I'm going to be like, I can't believe I didn't say whoever the obvious choice is. But yeah, let's go with Clichy. I think he's a little bit. Yeah, he's not the biggest, the hardest. Can't think of anyone else right now. So yeah, I'll lock him in.
Now that you've locked him in, I'm surprised you didn't say Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole's like the ultimate version of a Gael Clichy, isn't it?
Yeah, but see, Cole's better, I think. You know what I mean? So I'm deliberately going for like the meek, not as talented sort of players. So
now that you say that, you've probably made up my mind if that's how we're approaching it, right? Because I would have gone with either Christian Kivu at left back, because he had to wear the head guard, but he's a proper unit. But if we're going like legitimately hard as just physical brute, maybe not the most technically talented. Do you remember for Liverpool, Jose Enrique?
Yes, I do.
The raging bull, just
yes, not didn't light it up.
No, a unit, but technically very lacking.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good show. I like that.
Yes, we'll do Jose Enrique. What about your two centre backs?
I'm thinking Chico Flores for Swansea, purely based on the Big Sam, like when he was diving around like a big baby and then gets in Sam's face. I thought that's so funny. So I'd say that. And honestly, Martinez from United.
Okay,
if we're talking short, like I wouldn't say he's wimpy because he's a bit of a dog, but he's just so small that I feel like he fits the bill on this. So yeah, I'll go with him as well.
Argentina always produced these little kind of midget defenders I know well. Do you remember Roberto Ayala back in the day?
Yeah, they do. And you even look at obviously Messi, McAllister, all the they're never big giants, are they, from Argentina? Like it's always that sort of, they're always amazing players. And to be honest, the team that I have is actually technically quite good. It's not like it's
it's true.
top of the range versus nothing. But if we're going on stature, I'd say they'd be my two.
Okay, I'll take it. In which case, I would fancy my chances of scoring some headed goals here because I'm taking John Terry and Nemanja Vidic, two absolute units at the back, right? Yeah. No nonsense, clear you out, clatter, getting a fair share of headed goals as well. So, you don't want to mess with, you don't mess with JT anyway, or he'll take your wife, take your missus.
Yeah, that's exactly what he'll do. So, I would just let him pass, let him head the ball. I don't want him.
None of that beef. None of that drama. Cool, cool. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. What are you doing? What are you doing on the right wing or right mid?
Right wing, right mid. I would probably go. I think David. Well, sorry. Let me go left wing first. I'd say David
Good left
Silva.
wing. Yes, yes.
He's incredible, but very small and very silky. And
Yes.
yeah, I think he fits the bill. So yeah, David Silva on the left.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Now, I wonder if I can cheat a little bit because he does play here on occasion, right? It's all in the name as well. I mean, I could choose a few different physical units, but I'm going to take Hulk. I'm going to take Brazilian Hulk with the cultured left foot because in China, where he's ripping up as well, he did play on occasion on the left wing, but I'm going to chuck him into my left midfield slot because it says what it is on the tin. He is the Hulk and he has a rocket shot. Absolute master blaster.
I mean, I'd fancy my chances though against him because every time I've seen him, he's been absolute shite as well. But he looks amazing.
He's
every
he's
time
selective.
with a name like Hulk, and you look at him, and you're like, oh, here's Hulk, and then you're like, he's not very good at all, actually.
Yeah.
So, okay, I fancy
he
my
chooses
chances
when he wants to play. He chooses when he wants to play. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
On the right, back to the right.
On the right, I would go right wing.
Silky right
Honestly,
wing.
he's not technically a right winger, but he played there for Liverpool once this season. Jeremy Frimpong.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's the tiniest player I've ever seen. I feel like he would, he'd do a job. He'd do a job for you. And since I can't think of anyone else, I'm going to go with Frimpong, right wing.
We'll take it. Nice pace, little man, huge vibes.
Yes, I mean the biggest vibes in the team, but I think stature-wise, he's got to go in.
Absolutely. And speaking of another Liverpool player, this is how so I can get my proper hard nut midfielders in the centre. I'm going with Stevie G on the right in the Rafa Benitez system. He's big and he's effing hard. He will slide tackle. You saw what he did with Savinho in the Champions League final, covering the right back slot. It's going to be Gerrard because I don't trust Ivanovic to do anything offensively brilliant. On occasion, he might do something. So Gerrard, you need
a bit of spark in there, for sure.
Ability, man, phenomenal. Especially when you've got hard nut headers. Yep. Who are your two centre mids?
I will go with Joe Allen.
Oh yes,
aka the Welsh savvy, because I think again, like he's good, but I'm either going with silky skills or just short players because I can't think of others. So I'll go Joe Allen and I'm drawing a blank on players who are actually good, and I'm purely going for small. Like my instinct is to say like Leon Britton again from Swansea, or just someone who's just if we're going wimpy and we're going. And I don't know if wimpy he'd even class him as wimpy, but that's all I got. That's all I could think of. So we go Joe Allen and Leon Britton commanding the centre of the park,
dominant, absolute.
On this. On the wet paper crew, I'll call my team, and they will be the absolute. I mean, whatever. Let's just let's go to the attackers because I'm struggling here.
Or the silky little diminutive playmakers of the past, maybe Paulo Aimar, Michael Laudrup, Zico, or the kind of skinny.
Oh. Can I change my right wing to Gianfranco Zola, please?
Zola, okay. You can take your Gianfranco Zola. Yes, it's great. Did you ever see what was it? Like Renford Rejects? There's a show called Renford Rejects back in the day, right?
Of course.
Him and Martin Keown. Did you see that episode?
No.
So
Zola and Keown?
Gianfranco Zola and Martin Keown appeared on the Renford Rejects. It was on Nickelodeon or something. And then they finally play for the Rejects and they're expecting Zola to be skillful and they're expecting Martin Keown to be a hard nut. And then Zola just flattens all the kids. And then Martin Keown's doing stepovers and hitting it top corner. And he's like, Zola's like, I've always wanted to be a hard man like Keown. And Keown's like, I've always wanted to, show off my techers. Oh, it was amazing.
What a show. They should bring back more football shows like that. Renford Rejects was amazing. And I remember the Italian or that, well, he wasn't Italian, but the guy who identified as an Italian, who basically wanted to be Zola. I remember him; he would put on the Italian accent, and then of course you have Dream Team, which was also, I mean, just give me a good football drama.
Wasn't it Fletcher? I mean? Carl Fletcher or something?
I wanted to say Darren Fletcher, but he exists. It was Fletcher something, and every time, honestly, every time anyone from Dream Team pops up in anything else, I'm like, "It's your man from Dream Team." Dream Team is the thing that I'm holding them up against. But
I love that. I really love that show, because back in the day, right, there weren't many footy dramas, and oh my god, all the names are coming back now. I remember this geezer called Monday Bandili or something. I think he was an African player, and then he had like an affair with the keeper Jamie's like hot blonde wife. Was it Tess or something? I want to say Tess. I don't know. These names are just coming back to me, but she was like a proper MILF.
This is on Dream Team.
This was on Dream Team, I believe. Yes.
She have black hair?
No, that's the manager woman I think you're thinking of. This was like a proper blonde, chavtastic lady.
Can't remember. Damn. Also, to a lesser extent and a more wholesome extent, The Big Green. Also, did you ever see that, the Disney soccer movie where it's like a bunch of ragtag kids? I mean, that was one that I was like, because I was such a big Mighty Ducks fan, and all these sort of things. Like, they're doing a football one. Oh my god! And, like, turned out to be not very good at all. But yeah, anything, especially as a kid, anything to do with football in movies or TV, I was there.
Same as. Like, there's two. Speaking of not very good, right? There's one, Bend It Like Beckham, where Keira Knightley,
I've never seen that.
I don't know if you need to see it, but the one that I always remember was Mean Machine, Vinnie Jones. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that was great actually. Mean Machine was good.
I really enjoyed that.
Right, let's finish up our attackers here.
Yes, let's do it. So my midfielders. Quickly, just picking midfielders. I could have taken Vinnie Jones, as I just said. I mean, there's so many, right? There's Yaya Toure, Roy Keane, Vieira. But let's go old school, okay? I'm going to go Vinnie Jones, bang in the centre midfield, as we just named him, and Lothar Matthäus, proper mean streak, Maradona's hardest opponent. Let's put them two in the middle. And then let's go up front. What are you doing up front?
Yeah. I would worry about my man Joe Allen and Leon Britton, to be honest. I would wrap them in cotton wool and bubble wrap. For my attackers, I'd go with Chicharito.
Okay, Javier Hernandez. Yes.
Very, very small in stature, and but silky kind of. And I would go maybe Michael Owen.
Okay, yeah.
Short, skillful. Michael Owen, circa 98 to
Ballon d'Or.
2000. Yeah, absolutely. 2001. Let's even say. So yeah, that's who I go.
That's quality. That is pace and finishing galore. I'm glad you didn't just throw the old Messi in there, or the diminutive little Javier Saviola, the Messi back in the day. I love my Argentinians.
Because I kind of think Messi doesn't give me wimpy vibes. No, do you know what I mean? And I had wimpiness in my head for this, so I think
because he knows he's better than everyone, and he chose it. So it doesn't need to be a wimp.
And he's got that dog in him, he's got as well. So, so I think he doesn't. I wouldn't belittle the name of Messi by putting him in this, but I would Michael Owen. So Michael Owen, you're in.
Now I could go both ways here. I could go like just brutes up front, like Jan Koller or John Hartson or big thing like. I can't say Emil Heskey because he's like a flower. He was delicate. He was a big guy, but he was very emotional and sensitive. So
gentle giant.
I could go Haaland, right? But I'm gonna go with known for their physicality and shot power. I'm gonna go with Adriano, right? Do you remember Adriano, Inter Milan, left foot, 99 shot power?
I know him from Pro Evo more than real life, to be honest.
Pro Evo striker, scored from the halfway line.
I mean, if ever a legendary, like what other player achieved such legendary status purely based on his stats in a video game? Like he was obviously great, as a player and stuff like that. But whenever I hear him now, it's always in the context of Pro Evo.
Yeah. What if? What could have been? Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. Okay.
What a player. Adriano and Didier Drogba, right? So these two just running, just barging people, flattening people. They weren't the most prolific goal scorers, but when he scored goals, their net just got thumped.
Yeah. I would worry about my defenders, to be honest. And I would worry about Martinez in these sort of situations. So I think you'd probably have the edge over me, to be honest. Just a bit, but you wouldn't have the pace, but you'd have just. I mean, we'd be killed.
Set piece. This is set piece FC galore, surely.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They thrive in the modern game.
I know. Good fun.
But okay, let me look at a couple more fixtures here, right? Where do you think the biggest potential upset will be this weekend?
Yeah, it's an interesting fixture list, I would love to see Leeds turn over Manchester City so that Man City can have their own little kind of losing streak, because everyone's focused on Slot and Arsenal and Liverpool at the moment even. But I reckon some of the would-be pretenders, and I'm thinking like Man United are a dodgy team. When you always expect them to lose, they pull off a draw or a win. But even Wolves against Aston Villa, I don't trust the Aston Villa team this season. Even though Wolves are the worst team in the league, right? I think they might get a draw. Wolves against Villa.
Yeah, I could see that. Villa are so inconsistent, and yeah, I could see that. And it's funny because I was looking at Crystal Palace versus United, and I was like, would a Palace win be an upset? I think the United win would actually be more of an upset. In terms of if we're talking upsets,
Yes.
I might go with United. I don't know, but I don't think they will win though. So that actually doesn't make sense
counterproductive.
Yeah. West Ham beating Liverpool, would that be an upset at this stage?
I was going to say that, right? Is it really an upset at this stage when people are like, Liverpool are on this mythical losing streak under Arne Slot with £100 million signings? Would it be that much of an upset? Because is it Nuno Espirito Santo, right? Another geezer that Slot doesn't match up favorably against. Could Slot lose this and be out? Would you say that that's the final straw if he loses to West Ham?
I said the other day that I would give him until the new year. But purely on the grounds of just there's no one else around. Do you know what I mean? Because it's sackable form. And I don't, at this stage, like last month, I kind of thought it's a bit preemptive to say Slot out. And now after the 4-1, and the majority of fans are kind of like, all right, Slot out. I wouldn't begrudge anyone saying that. I'd like to give him, just purely based on the fact that he won us. We won the league with him. That I think should give him at least till the new year to fix it. It's just what's going against him is the fact that there's not really anyone out there that wouldn't be just a stopgap, and also the fact that he just isn't changing anything. Just change something, please. Just let us see that you're attempting something different. But to be fair, even why he did so well last year is because he didn't automatically just change everything. He just kind of steadied the ship, which has now gone way off course. But yeah, if he loses this, I think it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he would go if he lost. Particularly if like Liverpool lost by like more than one goal again, or didn't score or something like that, like a real just like deflating, like another 3-0, huh? I think if it's a big loss, I think he'll go.
I think so. There's like two ways here, right? He didn't change anything last season because he was winning, right? So why change a winning formula? Whereas this season, the patterns of play are depressing. We're figured out. But one thing that would really, really irk me was in the pre-match press conference, someone specifically mentioned Joe Gomez and Wataru Endo, and he said like they have opportunity in training to show what they got, and he's thinking about making changes. If he says he's thinking about making changes, and the only change he makes is Florian Wirtz in for Cody Gakpo, and it's the same team again, then I would be like face palming. And I kind of go along the kind of merit that Carragher said. I think he's got to win at least 7 points out of the next 3 winnable games, which means if he loses, he can no longer achieve the 7 points out of 3 games, which I think against Leeds and Sunderland after West Ham or something like that.
Winnable. They're winnable games.
They're winnable, and they have to be won at this point, right? I think once you don't have the love and support and the belief from the fan base that you can turn it around, it's incredibly hard to win them back. And he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that appeal of grandfather Klopp.
Yes, that's the thing, because Klopp, it was kind of like, whatever happened, I always felt like, okay, well, I trust you.
Yes.
And he has that. I was only reminded when I seen the Diary of a CEO interview. I forgot how enigmatic he is and how I would just die for everything that he says and do whatever he wants. Whereas Slot, it was kind of like, okay, starting well. Oh, we've won the league. Okay, I don't know you that well yet, but thanks for winning us the league. And it's kind of a bit more of that energy of like, I don't know you as much because he's generally speaks well, quite professional, not like big, headlines or anything like that. But then I think when you're losing and losing and losing, you want someone to be like I like that. I really like that Curtis Jones interview. And while I'm kind of sick of like, yeah, and like while I'm kind of sick of like, yeah, we have to do better PR kind of
the flaky answers.
That seemed very genuine, and I've never really heard a footballer talking like that about like we're in the shit and we just want to smash into someone, and and the lads are looking at me as well and say, well, what are you doing? And like it was such a fan / footballer sort of. It was very refreshing, I have to say, and as much as a post-match interview after your 9th loss in 12 could be refreshing. But yeah, I mean, that could be the upset. If Liverpool beat West Ham at this stage, that might be the upset of the weekend.
And that's exactly that Diary of the CEO thing brought back all those feels again, because you actually listen to the man. He said, from doubters into believers, you stay beyond the 90th minute. This is Liverpool. You could see it wearing on him when you lose. You could see his absolute kind of blood, guts, and thunder to get it right, the fighting spirit, the way of playing, right? Whereas with Slot, even though it's obviously affecting him, he's just so shiny and he speaks so well in a press conference. You just like, he's saying the right things, but you're kind of like, I don't see it in the players on the pitch, in the tactics.
Do you think the players
what you're saying is?
Do you think the players have stopped playing for him?
Rather than stop playing for him directly, because I don't think that's the case, I think they just don't have belief in the system, and the system is keeping them out of position to press, to win the ball back, to be in the right positions, to get the goals, right? And when you aren't instinctively, like muscle memory in the Premier League, you've got a split second to make the right decision. If you're not instinctively knowing exactly what to do and you're a bit, caught in between the half spaces and don't know what to do, you feel depressed, right? Should I close him down? But it's going to be a waste of energy because it's just going to pass around me. Should I cover him? But then I'm not free for overlap and we need to score a goal, right? If you don't actually really know what you're meant to do in the system, that's why they look clueless and lack of energy. That's my belief.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That they're not sure, and because it's not physical. Like, it's not like they've lost the ability to be good footballers. It's all mental and like, not even mental, but like you're saying, of just questioning, what do I do, or what is this? Should I be here? I'd actually rather be here, but I think I'm supposed to do this. And yeah, I think you're right. I think it could be the system, which doesn't really stand well for Klopp or for Slot. Jesus.
Yes.
But yeah, so I just wonder, because it would explain why we keep getting the same thing, is that they're just more and more confused. And maybe you get that when you buy like 6 new players and throw them all in the first team and upset the balance incredibly.
Very top heavy as well. No wingers.
So he didn't help. Yeah, so he didn't help. And it doesn't help loading up 5 attackers when we go 2-0 down. It doesn't help bringing on Chiesa at 2-0 down every single time. I mean, nothing boils my blood more than seeing Chiesa warming up when we're trailing by 2. I'm like, can he just try and start him? And maybe we won't be trailing by 2 at 70, but
exactly. Or telling the opposition, right? We conceded the first goal, we're conceding a set piece, we've got to do something about that. And the next week we concede the goal by a set piece. And he talks about, oh yeah, there are players playing long balls against us and we're conceding by a set piece. We've got to do something about that. And then next week conceding by a set piece.
Yeah, we got to do something about that. It's like Ned Flanders' parents. It's like, I've tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas. It's like, I mean, just do something. Right. Well, look, let me look at a couple more fixtures here before we go. So, Chelsea, Arsenal. What do you see? I
see a draw. I see a 2-2 draw, incoming 2 goals, feisty, a little bit cagey, moments of quality, but kind of cancelling each other out.
Okay.
What about you?
What I would say, I'd say Arsenal with a set piece to win 1-0. Like,
granted,
a goal in like the 19th minute, a corner, free kick, a header, and that's it. Just lock everything up and get the win. What do you think will be the worst match to watch this weekend?
The worst match to watch. I can't imagine Sunderland and Bournemouth being terribly exciting. They get the odd breakaway goal, and then they just hold up shop. Saying that, it could be an absolute goal fest. But similarly, Everton and Newcastle. Everton, Newcastle are very, very defensively able and stubborn, setting up Moisey and Eddie Howe. So I reckon Everton and Newcastle probably is a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably the match that's most likely to get a red card as well. I just feel like,
Because
it'll
Idrissa
be
Gueye hits his own player
feisty.
again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not from any opposition tackle, of course. From more infighting from Everton.
Can he actually play though? Isn't it violent conduct? Would he not be banned?
Yeah, he can't play.
Oh, he can't play. Okay, screw that.
I don't think so. Plus, that's 5:30. So I don't know why. That just the vibes are a bit different there. And then, what match do you think is most likely to be absolute chaos?
Absolute chaos.
I'm
for the wrong
looking
reason.
at Spurs Fulham. I'm kind of looking at, but
yeah, could be
the
London kind of effect. I want to say Crystal Palace and Man United for all the right reasons, that Crystal Palace just run riot and absolutely just smack down and penetrate the back line time and time again, and United 3-0 down, still pass to their wing backs, 5 at the back, and everyone's throwing a fit. But I also want to say West Ham and Liverpool, just because if the West Ham and Liverpool game is chaotic, I'd hope that our firepower means we're on the right side of the chaos and ends like 5-3 or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. I would love that.
Same.
Well, I would love, But okay, well, let me see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we can cover? Forest Brighton. I don't really care about that.
Yeah. The games like that, aren't they? It's probably a 1-0 win either way.
I don't know. And then Brentford Burnley. That gives me absolutely nothing. To be honest, I think you're probably spot on. I would hope, as a Liverpool fan, of course, for a Chelsea win. I mean, do we even hope for that? Oh yeah, I would actually. I would rather, even though I don't like Chelsea at all, I would rather someone just breathing down Arsenal's neck. You know what I mean?
They're the lesser of two evils.
Just let them know someone's there. They don't know who it is. They can just feel the breath, and it gets them nervous.
You have that backdrop. So, you're right. The breath behind them, and they always fail when in front. But that's traditionally Manchester City chasing them. But it's just the fact that
that's it.
It's Arsenal. I don't want Arsenal to win.
And they finished second the last 3 years. And look, at any Arsenal fans watching, fair play to you. They're doing very well. They're arguably one of the best teams in Europe at the minute. Not the most exciting team, but one of the best teams. And I just think they can be rattled, or I hope they can. But because they have that, like Liverpool at least have okay, we've won the league, so we know we can win the league.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arsenal have won the league 20 years ago or whatever. But I think just having that, like, this team hasn't gone on and gotten over the line. And I think until they do, I think they inevitably will, but until they do, they could possibly be got at if they're pushed. That's why I'm so disappointed in you, Man City.
Yes. And Liverpool.
And not even mentioning the absolute tank job that we're doing. And we should be there. But more so Liverpool.
The annoying thing about Arsenal, right? Just to wrap up on a defensively solid note, right? It's almost scary. Like David Raya suddenly become invincible as a goalkeeper, but then in front of him, even though Gabriel, their best defender, is injured, in centre back they can throw on Mosquera, Hincapié, Ben White, Saliba, Calafiore. They've got so many good players that could do a job there. Yeah,
and defense wins championships, as to quote I don't know, some American geezer, I can't remember who it was, but like that's how Liverpool did it last year. Not to always bring it back to Liverpool, of course, but where it was like 1-0, 2-0, very professional, not the most exciting. We didn't care. Arsenal won't care. So I think they're so set up, they're so difficult to break down. Granted, we won with an absolute screamer of a free kick, but I don't see anyone challenging them at the minute. And I just hope that Arteta just chills out a bit. Because that's the only real reason why, I'm not really rooting for Arsenal. It's just, I just don't like Arteta. There's a lot of players on Arsenal that I don't mind, or, anything like that. But I don't know. I don't even know what I'm hoping for, to be honest. I just want Liverpool to do better. I don't care what any other team does.
Exactly. And even if we get a centre back like reinforcement in January, right? Slot could do the funniest thing ever. Like, we want to drop Konate. Van Dijk's out of form. Imagine we get Mark Guehi in January or whatever, right? Two things could happen here. He could still start Van Dijk and Konate and say Mark Guehi has to get accustomed to it, or God forbid, Mark Guehi gets an injury, then we're back to Van Dijk and Konate.
Yeah, just I mean, let's just bring him in, do what we need to do. Should have got him in the summer, but let's just bring him in and play them. But not until he's ready though. Like I think that's what the big issue is that we just threw everyone in. Granted, okay, he is Premier League, savvy already, so he doesn't need that much time to settle if we get him. But if we get him, just play him, please. Konate could probably do with a rest. Real Madrid are very keen, so we'll see.
It's like that Ralph,
if they are.
Yeah. It's like that Ralph Wiggum thing in The Simpsons, bringing it back to The Simpsons, right? Against Konate, it's like, stop, he's already dead, when they just keep attacking him. And attacking him. And he either gives the ball away or gets tackled or he misses the ball.
It's like Konate when he sees players running at him, it's like Ralph, like, I'm in trouble. But so we'll see how it goes. It'll be an interesting weekend. I look forward to it. I don't love Sunday 2 o'clock kickoffs. But for Liverpool, let's see how they get on. Chelsea and Arsenal will be a great game. Palace and United will be a great game. And it'll be interesting. Let's see where we end up, and we'll talk about it after it happens.
Sounds good. The footy's on. Let's get on with it. Quality.
Great.
Excellent. And guys, as a final note, let us know in the comments below whose dream team you would rather have, the hard nuts or the silky little technicians, okay? Smash a like. Until next time, peace.
Thanks, guys.